Okay, it's day 64, and this is definitely the bonus round. But I get on these rolls where some people say task fixation. Well, Eisenhower was task fixated on World War II. I mean, there's nothing wrong with task fixation if you're trying to solve a crime, or several crimes, or maybe the crime of the century, or the crime of U.S. history in terms of 30 Watergates, as Director Kallstrom calls it. So if you're going to be task fixated, I guess it's good to be focused on one of the biggest crimes in U.S. history. So this nanotech medical center. Now I realize Imran's company is Nanoset. It just for some reason stuck out to me. Here's the University of Lahore, which is one of the campuses here, but then there's another university right next to it, the Nanotech Medical Center. And I just thought, what a perfect recruiting center, as well as people who are coming to these places. And you say, hey, you've got a kidney problem. It kind of reminded me of a freestanding kidney clinic. And you could say, hey, here's your chance to get in business in Sialkot. You can get, $10,000 for that kidney. Just a thought. We don't really know what the whole situation here is, but this connection to the kidney center up with the ISI in the ISI headquarters does make it, modus operandi, pattern and practice. Is that was that operation just moved to the United States to these different apartments that Imran had? We don't know. We don't have any information. Now this is the Nanoset, which is at this university called ComSats, and this is Defense Road here. This is ISI, presence here in Lahore, right here on Defense Road there. And this is where I think Hasib Rana went to school. And I think maybe even Rayo went here, and maybe even Imran went here. There's going to be some kind of correspondent relationship, I think, with Johns Hopkins, and that's how they're all going to get their correspondence here. But something tells me I'm not making any money on Imran when he's here in the United States, not nearly as much as I make when they're here. I make money when I infiltrate new people into the United States, and I get 10%. I get 10% through the patronage model, through a Gulen type patronage model, or whatever model there is through the mosque. But if I get 10% on everybody coming in, I make more money with Imran over here at the recruiting center, recruiting people and bringing them in, both for organ donations as well as medical students and so forth, as well as IT students. So I just see Imran as a recruiter. I mean, he just comes off that way to me, having seen him up close twice. That's what I think. And then as far as Nankana Sahib, I try to take the CIA anthropologist, which is know everything there is to know about who the person is. It's a subject of your, investigation or lawsuit in my case. And this Nankana, that's Nankana Sahib, the little town he's from, was the site of this massacre. And this was about Gandhi actually went here and visited after the massacre occurred. And there's this thing called a Gurdwara, which is a door to a guru. And there's these different Gurdwaras that are there. But there's one of the holiest ones in all of Punjab is where Imran grew up. And there was this massacre of these Sikhs. And I noticed that, the other Awan who got caught up in Montreal was a big part of the Sikh separatist movement, and the Sikh separatist movement is up in Kashmir, up near where Mirpur city is. And these folks want to reopen, or this is their corridor in Mirpur city through up to China, but they want the rest of this. They want the rest of Kashmir from India. So this is a very close to what Imran believes. I'm very sure, and I believe it's what Hasib Rana believes, and I believe it's what Rayo believes, and the whole crew share this kind of history around the Sikhs and so forth. Again, the guy who was stopped in 2009 is a subject of one of the Huma emails to Hillary, and that Awan, and he's in president now in the United States, but he was a Sikh separatist. He was a Sikh separatist. So I really believe that this is going to come down to a CIA again going to somebody and saying, "Hey, you are the new guy. You are the Alexander of your people. You're the Alexander the Great of your people, and if you want to carve out a place maybe up here in Millport City, and you will be the the president someday, right here of this area. We're going to take maybe this area here, or maybe all of Kashmir, maybe half of Kashmir. That's all going to be you, Imran. You're the guy of destiny. Psychology, but it's worth asking the question and understanding what you're talking about. Some people say that's task fixation. I just call that not understanding the enemy, because I'm seeing really Imran more of as a patriot in his country, but the CIA really bringing him here and using that patriotism for their own ends and their own profit, especially around the area of drugs and now this area of potentially organ harvesting or organ recovery, let's call it.